and sit up so tall. There we go. Oh, there we go. And allow your eyes to close if that feels good. Start taking some nice deep breaths. Maybe roll your shoulders up and back a few times. Maybe go in the opposite direction. Good. A couple more breaths like that. I have to make this straight. Okay, there we go. All right, and if the eyes haven't closed already, then allow them to close, and then we can pause that shoulder circle stuff. Let your hands land onto your lap, either palms down if your energy is low or palms up if your energy is a little high. Maybe just let a big smile come upon your face, right? And breathe in that beautiful smile. And open mouth, exhale. Relax through your neck and your shoulders. Maybe push a little more air out and breathe in again like that. A few more deep circulating breaths. Another one, filling up with just this fresh air that is yet to reach inside of your body, this brand new moment. Exhaling and just settling into this space and this time that you've chosen to dedicate to you. And today we're going to practice 3-part breath. So we're really going to practice utilizing the space of our lungs to breathe. So we'll bring this breath throughout our practice, but we'll create a kind of familiarity with it now. So let's bring your right hand on your belly and your left hand kind of on your chest, either right at the center or right at the upper sternum. So what we're aiming for here is to kind of cover the area of where our lungs are, right? And so our right hand's maybe right above the navel, below, kind of in between those ribs. And then the upper hand is kind of right at the center of the chest, so we can utilize or feel the bottom, the middle, and the top lungs. So what I want us to focus on right now is just breathing into your belly, the low lungs. So it's actually going to be a pretty short breath. And you're only going to focus on pushing your belly out and then squeezing your belly in. So see if you can refrain from bringing your breath any higher than just right here into your belly. So you can actually feel it start to just push out a little. My stomach growls all the time when I do this, because you're creating space around your organs, you're moving things through, and you're just getting a sense of pushing your belly out and in, out and in. Okay, now let's bring our hands on the outer edges of our ribs, so wrapping your ribs around. And I want you to bring your breath only into this middle part of your lungs. So breathe right into your ribs and see if you can refrain from bringing it lower or higher. And again, it doesn't have to be super long, deep breath, because otherwise we're utilizing a lot of the space. So see if you can slowly just push your ribs out. Feel them flare a little as you inhale, and feel them come back together as you exhale. And of course, you might feel a little movement up or lower, right? But just try to be so present and aware of the ribs moving. Bringing your breath right into the middle lungs. Part number 2. Okay, let's do a couple more. Okay, now let's bring your both hands right onto your chest. And bring your breath only into your chest. And this one you probably are really good at, because this is where most of us bring all our breath throughout the day. We actually don't utilize the rest of our lungs as we breathe. So see, it's going to be short again, right? See if you can bring your breath only into your chest. Right, it's tricky, and you might feel other parts of the body moving, and that's fine, but just try to bring your awareness only to the upper little parts of your lungs filling. Okay, now we're going to match all of these movements together. So, kind of covering the surface area of the torso. I like to cross my thumb and my pinky here, so my thumb kind of grazes the inner edge of my pinky, and so I feel that connection, fingers spread wide. Exhale everything out of your body, get really empty, and then as you inhale, push your belly button out, then fill up into your ribs, then bring the breath up into your chest. And then with an open mouth, exhale it out and just release. Good, do that again, very intentional. Inhale belly, then the ribs, then the chest. Feel really tall, and then open mouth exhale. Keep the height in your spine. Squeeze into your core, get a little more air out of the body. Good, keep going. Inhale, belly. Ribs, chest. Open mouth exhale. Squeeze that belly in, feel the ribs pull in. Last couple rounds. Feel like you're filling up a water pitcher. Right, so the belly gets really full, and then we have to pull the breath up into the ribs. The ribs get full, and then we have to pull the breath up into the chest. Holding it, open mouth exhale. Now release your hands, see if you can do it 3 more times without feeling the breath flowing with your hands. You can breathe in the nose, out the mouth, or in and out of the nose these last couple rounds. Maybe close your eyes and imagine filling every little crevice of your lungs from the belly to the ribs to the chest. 1 more round here. Exhale it out. Okay, let's bring our palms together, meeting in front of our heart. Drop your head down. Take a moment here to set an intention for yourself. I'll remind you of this throughout our practice. Release your hands, scoop your arms all the way up with a big breath in. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms up. Take another big breath. As you exhale, round your spine. Tuck your tailbone, push your palms forward. Let your chin come all the way to your chest. And then inhale, elongate. Reach those palms up, lengthen your spine. Even pull your arms a little behind your ears. And then exhale, start by tucking your tailbone. Feel your lower back rounding, then the mid back, upper back, chin to your chest, palms forward. And then inhale, push those palms up, grow really, really tall. Pulling the arms back a little, back bend. Exhale, round it out, tailbone, mid back, upper back, heavy head at your chest. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Release your arms, interlace behind your back in the opposite clasp. Clasp your hands, squeeze those shoulders, move them a little side to side. Take a deep breath, lift your hands, look up. Keep your hands there, bring your chin to your chest. Feel your neck get a little stretch there. And then you can dip a little left and then a little right. Ear towards your shoulder, feeling a little stretch through the neck, and then the opposite way. Bring deeper breaths here, circulating oxygen through the body, maybe bringing a little heat in. 1 more. And then chin to chest, take another breath, lift your hands. Exhale, release them down. Scoop your arms all the way up. Bend your right elbow. Grab that elbow with your left hand and pull that elbow behind your head. Now push your head against that forearm. Take a deep breath, root your right hip down into the floor, and then tilt a little over to your left. Left. Deep breath into the right rib cage. Hug that belly in, even as you exhale, tilt a little more. Try to keep your weight neutral on those sit bones. Another breath. Exhale, leaning, leaning, leaning. Beautiful. Oh, it feels good. Inhale, arms up. Bend your left elbow. Grab that elbow, bring it behind the head, nestle it, free your throat. So lift that chin away from your throat. Full breath. Keep that left hip heavy. And then exhale, tilt. Just enough to feel a little stretch, and then we breathe against it. And then maybe we tilt a little centimeter more. Another big breath. Exhale, leaning. Oh yeah. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release your left hand down next to your hip and start to walk it over. So a little deeper of a bend. Plant that left hand down, push into the floor to keep that right hip heavy. Keep reaching. Big inhale, open that heart forward. Exhale, reach. Now imagine that your right shoulder is stacked on top of the left. So notice if that left shoulder is behind you a little bit. Try to pull it forward, free your throat. And let's bring your right hand to the back of your head and press your head against that hand. So you're freeing your throat really here, opening up across the airways. Now reach out through that elbow. See if you can tilt a little more. Woo! And then reach that arm straight, take a breath. Exhale that right arm down. Swoop it over in front of you. Let that left hand follow and then cruise over to the right side. Right hand lands and then the left arm swoops up. Opening up, stacking shoulders. Deep breath. Keep that right hip rooted, left hip rooted. Exhale and reach. Deeper breath into that space, into your ribs, creating more space. Good. And then free your throat. Press the skull back. Even bring your hand to the back of your head if you liked that on the other side. Another breath and tilt, reach. Last one. Straighten that arm again. Exhale, lower it down towards the floor, and we're gonna move with breath. Left hand lands, inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right arm down, and it lands. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, sweep it across. Inhale. Exhale, sweep it across. Inhale. And then exhale, come to center, right in front of you. Both hands forward, full breath in, lift your heart. Exhale, walk your hands forward, rest your head or let it hang heavy. Couple more breaths here. Good. Engage your belly, roll all the way up, stepping your hands with the shoulders, arms up. Palms meet, hands to your heart center, intention in your mind, big smile on your face. And release your hands. Right, so let's come to child's pose. So on your hands and knees, you can bring that blanket under you if you want to. I'm gonna ditch it. Knees pretty wide. Let's go wide to start. Big toes touch, hips down. Push, push, push. And as you're pressing, your heels are moving away from each other towards the outer edges of the mat. So it's like a nest. And then we elongate that spine. Your arms forward, rest your forehead heavy. Start rocking side to side a little bit, dipping one shoulder down, rocking your head left to right. And then start to engage into the lower abdomen, your belly. Squeeze that belly in as you exhale. So you're pushing that core against the low back, creating more space to elongate. One more big breath. And then lift up, bring your knees closer together, all the way to touch. Untuck your toes, sit back onto your heels. And now, let's walk our hands over to the right side. As you're reaching over, even coming off of your mat, push your left hip just past that left heel. Take a breath to lift your heart up, and then exhale, fold, let your forehead be heavy, and let that left shoulder drop towards the floor. So your chest is parallel. Keep pressing into that left hand, feel that left side body stretch, take another breath. And then lift the head, look at your hands, walk them back to center, and walk them over to the left. Feeling your right hip push past that heel. Shoulders are parallel, take a breath. Exhale, lower the torso, root into your hands, feel that right hip press back. Breathing into that stretch. Last one. And then lift the head, walk back to center. Exhale, heavy body, and then bring your arms by your toes, your hands by your toes. Rest your forehead here. Slowly engage your core and let your core do the work to pull you all the way up. Let your arms be so relaxed as you start to pull up, stacking your spine, lengthening tall, roll the shoulders, swoop those arms up, big breath in, hands to your heart center as you exhale. Now, bring those arms forward and lift up onto your knees. Curl your toes underneath you and then sit your heels, your hips back to your heels, hands come down. Nest down into those little heels. Relax your shoulders a little bit. Relax those arms, you can wiggle and jiggle. And then swoop those arms up. Palms come into your wrists or your palms. Fingers wrap around your wrists. And do some big circles with your wrists. So just warming up into our wrist joints. Building a little heat in our feet. Relaxing there, sink a little heavier against your feet, right? Can you relax the muscles of your feet? Are they relaxed? Are they tense? What's going on? Reverse your wrist rotation. Feel nice and long in your spine. Your heart center is pulling forward. Shoulders are rolling back. Okay, another breath. And then release your hands. Bring those arms forward, palms up this time, and then hands to your shoulders. Reach your elbows to touch. Lift those elbows up and pull yourself up onto your knees. Now sweep those elbows behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades, lower the elbows down and lower yourself to your heels. Now we're gonna move dynamically. Inhale, elbows come forward, they lift us all the way up, elbows up. Squeeze the shoulder blades, pull the elbows back and down and lower down. Inhale, scoop forward and up, go a little faster. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward and up. One more time. Exhale, back and down, and then we'll switch our rotation. So, inhale, squeeze those elbows back, lift up. Exhale, bring them forward and all the way lower down. Inhale, back and up. Use your thighs and your core here to lift you, right? Strong. Good, forward and down. One more, two more times. Inhale it up. Maybe feeling a little heat in those thighs. One more. Good. Release your hands, interlace behind your back, open it up. Lift those hands, look up. Exhale, chin to your chest, round your whole back. Bring your head towards the floor, lift those hands. Only go as far as feels comfortable. Another breath. And then inhale, lift up. Release your hands, scoop those arms up, palms to your heart. Exhale, intention in your mind. Deep breath. And then release back. Come to your tabletop position. Untuck those toes. Very gently tap them on the floor. Maybe a little more. Woo. Okay. Maybe some circles with those ankles. That was a lot. Okay, from here, right leg steps back. Press into those toes, heels pushing back. Spread your fingers nice and wide, just a little back leg stretch. Now bring your weight, shoulders over those wrists. Swoop that right heel down. Inhale and extend your right arm up. Reach that right palm all the way to the front of the room. Deep breaths. Now you're gonna keep your balance by pushing into the top of this left foot, rooting into the bottom of your right foot. You can always bring your left ankle off of the mat behind you. Another deep breath. And then lower that right hand down, right knee down. Inhale, cat and cow. Exhale for your cat. Inhale, cow, I should say. Inhale, drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, round the spine, cat pose. Push everything into the floor, shins and knees included. One more time. Exhale. Good, tabletop. Left toes step back on the floor, heels pushing back. Nice and strong through your belly, keep it tight. Shoulders roll back, neck is long and strong. Good, and then we're gonna scoop that left heel down. Right hand stays, left arm extends up. Press out of that right top of the foot, bottom of the left foot, and then when you're ready, extend your left arm forward. Nice deep breath. Keep rooting into whatever is meeting the floor. Press away from the earth. And then exhale, left hand comes down. Left knee comes in. Inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, round it out. Squeeze your belly, roll it out. Tabletop position. All right. Curl those toes again. Walk your hands back. Rotate your fingers to point towards your knees. Maybe towards the outer edges of the mat. Roll the shoulders back. Feel the elbows try to bend. Press all of your middle knuckles and your thumb pads and finger pads into the mat. Active hands here. Deep breath. Another one. Bigger breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Maybe a lion's breath. Good. Then release it. Shake it out one at a time. Keep those toes curled. Lift those knees. Find a bear stance. Right? We did this yesterday, Kate. You're welcome. Shins are about parallel to the floor. Now we're going to test a little balance. See if you can bring your right arm up and extend it forward. Good. Now maybe bring your weight into your right foot and extend that left leg long and back behind you. Keep that right knee bent. It's okay if you teeter-totter. Deep breath. And then meet the floor. Find your bear stance. Deep breath in. Engage your core. And then bring the weight onto your right hand. See if you can extend your left arm forward. Woo! Bring your weight onto your left leg. Right leg goes back. Strong body, sense of balance. Keep your focus. Another breath. And this weird bear stance. Take another inhale. Exhale for your downward facing dog. Beautiful work, guys. Building a little heat. Move it around. Shake your head out. Wag your tail. Feel the shoulders strong and stable. Feel the wrists lift a little bit, maybe fingers pressing down strongly. Another big breath, and then sigh it out. Now look at your feet. Walk your hands to your feet, all the way to the back of the mat. Hang out there, rest really heavily. Relax your shoulders and your arms down. Maybe even grab your opposite wrist with your hands. Sorry for that noise. Rock side to side. Couple more. Sigh it out. Make some noise. What does your authentic sound like right now? Yeah, drop those hands. Inhale, let them slide up your shins under your knees, pushing you up, half forward fold. Hold it here. Engage your belly. Feel your belly, your front abdominal muscles push against your back. See, feel if you could like puff up right in the mid back here, and then roll your shoulders back. Feel the crown of your head grow longer. Now let's bring our arms out to a T, or a cactus T if you have friends or partners or a wall in the way. Bring your weight in towards your toes more than your heels. Maybe bend those knees a little bit. Reach that tailbone further back. Take another breath. Engage that belly. And then inhale, rise to standing. Reach those arms up. Swoop them. Hands to your heart as you exhale. Full breath in and out. Release your hands. Open them out. Reach them up. Back bend a little bit. Exhale, open your arms out to a T, fold forward. Hands by your feet, head heavy. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Stay here. Open up your feet a little wider than your hips. Left hand makes a fist underneath your face, and it's about a footprint in front of your toes, right at the center between your feet. And then your left knee bends. Inhale, reach that right arm all the way up. Notice if your right leg is just jello. So engage those thighs. Engage the lower leg. Engage the muscles. Feel that right hip track back here. Feel your spine grow longer in the opposite direction. Take another big breath. Hold it here as you exhale. Hug that left rib cage under you. Now, if you want to, flip your right palm behind you. Bring the back of your right hand towards your left outer hip. And then maybe see if you can wrap it around for that upper left thigh. Binding. This is a yoga bind. Open up that spine, heart pulling forward, right hip hugging back, leg is still active. Another breath, looking up. And then slowly release that right arm if it's behind you. We'll all release it down to the floor and switch. Right hand makes a fist underneath that face. Right knee bends. Inhale, extend this left arm up. Looking up. Keep your left leg active here, rather than a lazy jello leg. Press out of that right hand. Feel your spine grow longer. Feel this left hip tracking back. Deeper breath, hugging that right rib cage under you, looking up. And then left palm flips behind you. Back of that left hand to your upper right or outer right hip, or wrapping around all the way for the upper right thigh. Holding it, binding it, deeper breath. And then release. The left arm comes up, lower it all the way down, hang out. Relax your head, shake yes and no. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold, open up your toes to point out and drop your hips low. Low squat, yogi squat, malasana. Palms are meeting, elbows are on those inner knees, shoulders are rolling back, longest spine, deeper breath. Squeeze that belly in. Another one. Last one, big breath, long spine. Exhale, get all of that air out. Plant your hands down, push your hips up, point your toes forward, and walk them closer together. Inhale here again, lift halfway. Maybe your hands are on the floor in front of you. And then walk your hands forward, find your downward facing dog. Maybe a little bend in those knees, arching the tailbone up higher, hugging your front ribs in, shoulders are strong, deep breath. Open mouth, exhale. Now come forward to your plank pose. Maybe rolling forward, finding your shoulders right over your wrists, feet are about hip distance, and the crown of the head is reaching forward. Holding it here, 5 breaths. Feel really strong and straight like a plank of wood, right? Coming off of a pirate ship. Heels are pushing back, heart is pulling forward even, and then the upper back is puffing up between those shoulder blades. Take another deep breath. And then drop your knees. We're gonna practice Ashtanga Namaskar, 8 points, or knees, chest, chin. Move your hips back. See slow motion. And then inner elbows rotate forward. So when you bend them, they bend back, but keep your elbows lifted. Let your elbows squeeze in by your wrists, and then drop your heart between your hands, your thumbs, and meet your chin on the floor. Take another breath here. Keep those hips and your belly off of the floor. And then untuck your toes, pull forward, dropping the belly, roll the shoulders back, lift your hands, your head, your heart for an easy cobra. Tops of your feet are on the floor. Take another breath in and lower, exhale. Inhale right away, easy cobra, lift up. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Plant your hands, curl your toes, press back up to your knees. Hips move back, head drops between your arms. And then look at your hands, lift those hips, downward facing dog. Adjusting your stance as you need to. Open up your feet almost wider than the hips, but almost as wide as the mat. Step your hands closer towards your feet, just a little bit, like a handprint or two. And then keep your right hand rooted. Bring your left hand for your outer right knee, outer right shin, or down towards your ankle or foot, and then start pulling. Pull yourself towards that leg. Gaze underneath your right armpit, maybe up to the ceiling. Feel this stretch maybe around your left shoulder, your left hip, wherever. Deep breath. Squeeze the belly in. Another one. As you exhale, keep pulling, and then release. Left hand comes down, fingers wide, find your foundation, and then push. Right hand comes to meet your outer left knee, shin, or down towards your ankle, and then you pull. Bend that right elbow, press against this left hand, gaze underneath that elbow, or your armpit. Pulling on that right arm, or that left leg with your right arm, squeezing your belly in, deeper breath. One more. Keep pushing away from that left hand. And then release. Bring your hands forward. Look at your hands. Come back to your plank pose. Now bring your feet back together or hip distance. Let's lift the right leg up. Pause here. Testing balance again. Bring your weight over to that right hand. See if you can hover your left hand or reach it forward. Test it. Deep breath. And then find your plank. Awesome job, guys. Inhale, left leg lifts. You can either stay here, try to hover your right hand, or extend that arm forward. Deep breath. And then plank pose, Ashtanga Namaskar. Full inhale, exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, easy cobra. Lifting your hands. Exhale, lower. Curl your toes back to your knees. Downward facing dog right away. Full breath in and out. And then bend those knees. Gaze at your hands. Let's practice jumping, my friends. You don't have to. Take a walk or a big step. Practice jumping. Maybe push those hips up. Toes come towards your feet. We'll keep going. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Roll all the way up to standing. Scooping your arms up. Big breath. Exhale, hands to your heart. Intention in your mind. And release your hands. All right. I just remembered a dream. Bend your knees. Let your middle fingers graze the floor. Hips are low. Weight is in your heels. And then let's reach those arms forward. So my dream was that I found an old, awesome leather purse. And I opened it up. And there was like a ton of European euros in there. Just like a lot of money. So my intention is that I am open to the infinite abundance that surrounds me. Abundance is a big theme in my life this year. And in times of being kicked out of your apartment, things don't feel so abundant, but in finding a house for less rent feels very abundant. So it's amazing those ebbs and flows. Deeper breath, and then forward fold, exhale. Beautiful hold, guys. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step the left leg back. Drop the knee down, untuck those left toes, inhale, lift. Sink into the right knee, hug your front ribs in. It's very natural for us to think about the hips, and then we like pull our arms back and we create a back bend here with less engagement in the core. So try to pull your arms forward, engage those front ribs so you feel this long straight line. Deeper breath. As you exhale, bend your left elbow, bring that hand to your upper back and grab that left elbow with your right hand. Full inhale, tilt as you exhale over to the right side. Just enough to feel that stretch on that left front hip. Full breaths. Where can you soften? And then inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Move your hips back now, straightening into your right leg, toes lifting. Take a deep breath. Feel your tailbone charge back. Feel the crown of your head reach forward and up. Heart center forward. Exhale, lower. 3 breaths. Remember, you can always use your blocks here, okay? Remember, you can find height. Finding height and pressing higher away from the earth will help you to remove this little roundedness and especially that lower back. It'll help you turn on the stretch through the back of that right hammy. Good. And then we're gonna press back up, rebend this right knee, sink those hips forward. Let's bring your left hand onto the floor and extend your right arm all the way up. Good. Now find your left hand really shoulder or wrist under your shoulder so you're strong and stable. Right arm is extending up. Now we're gonna curl the left toes and lift that knee. As you do this, feel your right hip track back a little bit. And as you're doing that, feel it pull into the midline of your body and root down to the big toe mound on that right foot. Left leg is super active. Hamstring is pushing up to the ceiling. Good. Nice deep breath here. Long spine. Left rib cage hugs under you as you exhale. 1 more breath. And then right hand comes down. Good. Step the right leg back. Find your plank. Take a breath. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskar. Knees, hips go back, belly stays off the floor, chest and chin. Inhale, easy cobra. Lifting your hands, tops of the feet are on the floor. Exhale, lower. Curl your toes back to your knees. Downward facing dog. Deep breath here. Sigh it out. Another big breath. Open mouth, exhale. Bend those knees, gaze at your hands. Focus as you're jumping here that the hips are doing the lifting. And then just pull the feet to the hands, right? Focus on your hips. Push those hips up and then feet come in. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, weight in your heels, chair pose, please. Sink low, shoulders back, hug those front ribs in. Let's bring our hands to our heart. We did this yesterday, Kate. Deep breath. Exhale, left elbow taps your right outer knee. Inhale to center. Exhale, right elbow taps your left outer knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, left elbow, right knee. Inhale. Exhale, right elbow, left knee. Exhale, 1 more round. Exhale. Forward fold, release. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, right leg goes back. Drop that knee down to the floor, untuck your toes, inhale, lift. Sink into that hip, full breath. Another 2. And then this one, big breath in and then bend that right elbow. Grab that elbow with your left hand, full breath. Exhale, tilt over towards your left. Deeper breath. Bringing space and expansion with your inhales into the sensations that you feel the stretch, where you feel that stretch. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Press those hips back, straightening-ish, left toes up. Full breath, elongate, tailbone back, heart forward. Exhale, melts. Few more breaths. 2 more. Last one. And then rebend, come forward, pause, pause, right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Deep breath here. Rolling both shoulders back. Crown of the head's reaching forward. We're really rooted through the left toe mound. Strong through this right hand. Now we're gonna curl those right toes and lift the knee. Find that right hamstring pressing up. Feel your left hip track back here and pull in towards the midline of your body. Press away from this right hand. Left arm is up still. Deeper breath. Last one. Hug that right rib cage under you and then release this left hand down. Step that left leg back. Find your plank pose. Take a deep breath. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, easy cobra. Exhale, lower. Press back to your knees. Downward facing dog. Full round of breath. And then sigh it out. Let's bring our big toes together. Inhale that right leg up. Bend that right knee and open up that right hip to stack on top of the left. At the same time, feel your right shoulder drop towards the floor. Feel that left outer hip pull back towards the back edge of the mat. And then maybe reach up through that right kneecap. Do some circles with your right ankle. Straighten that right leg. As you exhale, bring the right knee to your left elbow, so across your body. Straighten that left leg out now. Extend it out to the side of the mat, land on the outer edge of your foot, swivel your left heel down, and then inhale this left arm up. Fallen triangle here, my friends. Deeper breath. Exhale, left hand comes down, pause. Come back up onto that left toe mound, and then drop onto your outer right hip. Now you can come on the inner arch of that left foot. Take a big breath, look forward, pull your heart forward, and then lower your torso down. Maybe forearms come down. A little bit of a twist here, stretch through the outer hip, full breath. And then if you want to add another layer, if you're feeling okay here, we're gonna push into the right hand, swoop your left arm underneath that right armpit, and drop onto that left shoulder, left side of the head. Relax into your left knee a little. Deep breath. And then press back up onto your hands. Find your foundation in your hands first. Then we're gonna curl those left toes, awkwardly lifting that heel. Push into your hands. Bend this right knee, tap the elbow, and bring it back. Three-legged dog. Woo! Downward facing dog. Deep breath in and out. Another one, big breath. Exhale. Big toes touch. Left leg up. Bend that knee, open up that hip. Feel your right heel pull down to the floor. Feel your left knee pull up to the ceiling. Shoulders try to get parallel to the floor. Right outer hip pulling back so that right side waist is long. Good, another big breath. Reach that knee up. Straighten the leg. Inhale, exhale, left knee to your right elbow. Straighten that leg out to the side. Drop your right heel down. Inhale your right arm up. Full breath, lift up through your hips. Maybe even reach this right arm back behind you. Another breath. One more, you got it. And then right hand comes down, pause. Come onto that toe mound on your right foot. Drop onto the outer left hip. Drop onto the inner arch of your right foot behind you. Take a deep breath. Lift your heart up. Exhale, lower to your forearms. We're in a twist here, we're in a rotation. Feeling a nice, maybe stretch through your outer leg, maybe not, right? You might feel this more in your spine or in the right leg. You may feel good here, or you want to do that kind of thread with the right arm, right? And so this creates more of a twist and it opens up your shoulder. So left hand presses you up, right arm swoops underneath that shoulder, palm is up. We drop onto that right shoulder, be easy here. Drop onto the right side of the head. Couple more breaths. And then press back up. Find your hands. Beautiful. Spread those fingers wide. Awkwardly come onto the toe mound on that right foot. Push into your hands first. Bend this left knee. Touch the elbow. Reach it up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath. Awesome job, guys. Open mouth, exhale. Look at your feet. Walk your hands to your feet. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Big toes point out. Low squat, yogi squat. Revisiting here. Stretching the hips a little bit after that position we were in. Deep breath. Another one. And then hands down, push those hips up, point your toes forward, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, walk forward, find your down dog. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. Bend your knees, look at your hands. Take a breath in and begin to exhale so that as you exhale, you come forward and you're empty when you're there, and then we lift halfway. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Slowly come to standing. Rolling up, roll the shoulders, sweep your arms up. Hands to your heart as you exhale. Full breath in. And release. Beautiful. Pausing here in stillness for a second. Feeling the movement beneath the layer of your skin, connecting with yourself. And the eyes can open if they've closed. And let's practice some balance. We're going to do tree pose today for Shasana in Sanskrit. So we're going to balance first on your right leg. It's going to be my left leg. So hands to your hips. Just get a sense of standing and bringing all of your body weight onto this right leg. So tap that left leg. Start to lighten the weight. You can even have a little micro bend into your left knee, okay? And then you're gonna just open up that left knee out to the side. Now, as you do that, notice if you're like sinking into this right hip. So suck this hip in, push away from that foot, grow taller. Squeeze that right glute, your right glute even. And so now we wanna focus on opening up this knee. We're externally rotating this hip. You're probably feeling it. Your ankle can come onto the inner edge of this right leg, toes very gently tapping, or bring that foot right onto the arch, pushing, feeling that connection. Check out what's happening with this right hip, right? As we hang out, we love to sink into it. I love sinking into my hips. I do it all the time when I'm standing. So push away from that standing leg. Suck this hip in. Maybe bring your arch higher up. In most yoga schools, they say don't rest your arch on your knee because it's unsafe. But if you have strength and stability in your joint of your knee, it's okay to take that pressure. It's fine, right? So just keep your thigh, your upper leg, and your lower leg really strong. Whenever you want, your hands can come to your heart. If you want to bring this leg higher, use your hand. Bring it all the way up to the arch. And again, squeeze this hip in. Push your left foot against that right inner thigh and push the thigh back. So you're really feeling strong in that pressure of that foot meeting the leg. And then you can work on externally rotating that hip, but simultaneously pulling this right hip back. Chest is parallel, hands to your heart, or they can extend up whenever you're ready. We're gonna do 5 breaths from here. I'm gonna just show you options with your arms, right? You don't have to do anything. And if you fall out of it, no big deal. Start at the beginning rather than trying to rush back into where you were, right? You just gotta start at the beginning, steady breath, steady body. Couple more breaths, that's it. Maybe think about your intention. And then very slowly, mindfully, we're going to release this foot, bring that knee forward, extend that leg forward, pause. Really lift it, keep going. Lift it more. If you're noticing you're leaning back, pull your heart forward over those hips. One more, lift it, bend that knee, push it back. Swoop your arms by your hip, take a deep breath, hold it here. One more, and then bend that left knee. So slowly drop that right toe down. Keep that heel lifted, high lunge, arms up. Woo! Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, step that left leg back. Find your plank, take a breath. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, easy cobra. Exhale to the belly. Curl your toes to your knees, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and out. Bend your knees, gaze at your hands, practice jumping. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Slowly come to standing. Rooting to rise, pressing away from those lovely feet to lift. Growing those arms longer. Exhale, hands to your heart. Full breath. And release your hands. Stillness for a moment. Remind yourself of your intention. Tune into the music that your heart is making inside of your body. Feel that ripple effect of vibration from the center of your chest out through the limbs. And then open the eyes. Hands to our hips. Other side, balance on that left leg. Get a little bend in that knee like a hydraulic leg. Keeping your thigh and your lower leg strong. Open up this right knee, right? Open it up. Notice how maybe as you do that, you literally rotate the kinetic chain of our body. So keep your whole torso parallel, your hips as parallel as you can, and just move that right knee out. And then the ankle can come on the inner leg into that lovely little calf. If your knee is strong and stable, you can bring that arch on your knee, but don't get lazy. Otherwise, your right hand can take that foot, bring it high up, press, activate this left thigh, push it back against that bottom of the right foot, push that right foot back, hands to your heart, lengthening, sucking this hip in, squeezing that glute, tailbone grows long, so this lower belly is lifting, nice and strong and straight. Arms can extend up whenever, keeping your palms connected, energy in or beaming that energy out through your waggy spread fingers. Moving out to a T, or right hand on that thigh, and you can even do a little swaying tree, side bend action. 2 more breaths. Maybe keep moving around. I challenge you to close your eyes and notice what happens. Good. And then we'll meet here, hands at our heart. Very slowly, right knee comes forward. Woo, we release it, we extend this leg long, and as you're extending, notice what happens with your torso weight. Are you like, yeah, got it, woo, right? Keep your heart right over those hips. Notice how that lowers those legs. That leg, deep breath in, lift the toes, hold it, squeeze that belly. 1 more, and then bend the knee, fly it behind you, warrior 3. Find that steady gaze, keep pushing out of your standing leg, feel the shoulders roll back. Longest line of energy from that left heel through the crown. 1 more breath. Right knee bends, left toes very gently meet the earth. And we lift the arms, high lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, right leg goes back. Plank pose, deep breath. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, easy cobra. Exhale, lower. Curl your toes, back to your knees, our last downward facing dog. Deep round of breath, in and out. 2 more full circulating breaths. 1 more. Bend your knees, look at your hands, step your feet to your outer wrist. Low squat, yogi squat for the 3rd time. Elbows on those inner knees, palms facing together, meeting, heart lifting forward, long spine, deep breath. 2 more. And then 1 more deep breath. Release those hands, come to your seat. Let your legs go long, so we're meeting in a forward, or ready for our forward fold. So remove the bits out from under you. Maybe sit onto a blanket or a pillow to lift your hips up a bit, or stay right on the earth. Toes are up, thighs are strong. Hands by your hips to start to lift your spine. Keep your belly strong here, and then inhale your arms up. Exhale and fold forward. Let your head be heavy. And then maybe from here, remove those bits out from underneath you. Take a deep breath and lift your heart towards your toes. As you exhale, squeeze your belly in, then get that belly out of the way, and then fold a little bit more. Keep breathing like that. 3 more breaths. Let your head be so heavy here, my friends. And then step your hands towards your hips, push all the way up. Let's bend your right knee. Bring that knee in, hug it in. Bring the knee kind of towards your right shoulder, so squeeze it, lift your spine. Okay, just compressing, take a breath. And then we're gonna lift this right foot up and over your left thigh, planting that foot to the floor. Left leg is active and straight. Interlace your fingers around your right knee, lifting your heart towards that thigh. And then you're gonna bring your left arm wrapping around the front of that right leg. Right arm goes up in a straight, beautiful line, and then reach back. Slowly, maybe let that right hand land on the floor. I always tend my fingertips because my arms are not as long as my torso. So I tend to find heights to lift, engage that belly as you exhale, start to gaze back. Deeper breaths. Soften your jaw and your face. 2 more. Maybe let your eyes close. 1 more. And then counter twist. Both hands come to the outer left hip. Dip your heart towards the earth. Lift back up. And then from here, just drop your right knee down, lifting your right foot off of the floor. So now you kind of find yourself in this kind of figure 4 position, right? And then with this, just no big deal. Notice how that knee is lifted, right? Plant your hands, lift your spine, and then walk your hands forward, bring your chest over this right leg. Maybe your right elbow could even like push this leg down if that feels good, or you can just keep it here. Just a couple more breaths. Good, and then come back up. Bend your left knee, keep your right foot where it is. Bend that left knee, put it on the floor, or your left foot on the floor. Fingers are behind you, fingers point to you, to your seat, and your fingers are wide. Now push into that left foot, lift your hips up. Gaze at your hips, see that they're parallel. One hip will love to dip. Maybe look up here, take another big breath. Lift, lift, lift. And exhale, lower. Good. Straighten that left leg, straighten that right leg. Just windshield wipe those feet, left to right, left to right, left to right. Right leg stays strong now, stays long. Left knee bends, hug it in to start. Squeezing it in towards that left shoulder, stepping that foot really close towards your seat. Trying to lengthen the spine. And then we lift that foot up and over. Planting that whole foot down, rooting through the big toe mound. Interlacing around that left shin. Right leg is straight and strong. The whole leg is active. Engaging your belly. Right inner elbow wraps around that front kneecap. Inhale, left arm up and back. Landing that hand down. Deep breath, lift the spine. Exhale, twist. Now you may have more room here to bring your right elbow on the outer edge of the knee. Try that. Fingers up to the ceiling. Cinch the belly as you exhale, gazing back. Couple more breaths here. Last one. And counter twist. Both hands to your right, dip low. Love this one. And then come up. Okay, just drop that left knee down, bring that foot off the floor. Remove the flesh, the bits. Take a breath, lift the spine. Exhale, melt over this leg. Let your hands and your head drop wherever. You can be right here, and that's fine too. Right? You're feeling a stretch wherever you're going. I know it. So breathe into it. Let your head be heavier. And then lift up. Hands come behind you. Bend that right knee, foot to the floor. Fingers wide, find your foundation. Good, once you feel it, press into that right foot, lift your hips, push out of your hands, lift those hips. Woo! See your hips are parallel, lifting that left hip up higher, feeling the left knee energetically pulled down towards the floor. Good. One more breath, lift it. You got it. Exhale, lower. Beautiful, guys. Release this left leg. Let both legs go long. Rock it out. And then legs stay long. Have a seat. We're going to lay down so have enough room behind you. Swoop those arms up and one vertebrae at a time, lower to your back. We're going to pause right before our shoulder blades meet the floor. Feel how your legs roll back with you. Pause. Once those shoulder blades are about to meet, lift both legs. Take a breath. Squeeze the belly in. Roll your shoulders back. Only one more. That's it. And then very slowly, mindfully control the release to the earth rather than just dropping. Take a deep breath in and out. Sigh it out. Bend your knees. Feet onto the floor, close to your glutes. Maybe your fingers can tickle your ankles. Push into your feet, lift your hips up. Once you can't lift your hips anymore, start to tuck your shoulders underneath you, one at a time. Bridge pose. You can interlace your fingers under you, pressing like a lever, lifting higher. Couple more breaths, breathe against that whole front body. 2 more. And release your hands, roll onto the back again. Hug your knees into your chest. Woo. Happy baby or half straddle to start. I love half straddle. Holding onto the inner knees, just letting your legs be so relaxed and relax your hips. Our hips are always active, so this is a really nice kind of passive hold for your hips. And then we can make this into a happy baby where the bottoms of our feet go parallel to the ceiling, flexing those toes. Now your knees are wide here. You could pull your knees down or hold on to the outer legs, your ankles, or outer edges of your feet. But notice if your tailbone is lifted off the floor, so try to elongate so that your whole spine is on the ground. Shoulder blades are on the ground. Arms are active. Full breath. Another one. And then just bring the bottoms of your feet together. Keep your knees wide. Try to reach and interlace your fingers around the outer edges of your feet and pull it in. Head is heavy on the floor still. Shoulder blades are trying to root down, so your elbows are trying to bend here. Take another breath. Feel that tailbone push down. And then release, soften that grip, pull your knees together, rock it out side to side. Good. Now hug it out. Wrap your arms around your shins, bring your nose to your knees. Like a little tiny ball, take a deep breath in and release for your final resting pose. Legs can go wide, feet wide, wider than the hips even. Tuck your shoulders underneath you, allow your eyes to close, get any fidgets and movements out. And then exhale everything out of your body. Get so empty here. And then seal your lips and take a deep breath in. Hold the breath, tip it up, hold it. Open mouth, exhale, deflate, and relax. Not an ounce of movement. Just be as still as you possibly can be. And soak up all of the beautiful benefits of your physical and mental practice. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Swallow, begin to wriggle your fingers and toes. Raise the eyebrows, scrunch the eyes closer, but try to keep those eyelids closed. Roll the eyes under the lids. Do a full body stretch. Reaching those arms back, toes forward. Take a deep breath. And exhale, relax the body. Bend your knees, roll over to your side, using your arm as a pillow. Take a nice deep breath. And then use your sense of touch to press up. Keeping those eyes closed, find your seats. Sitting tall, sitting dignified and mighty. Take a nice deep inhale right here. Then open mouth, exhale it out. Relax your shoulders, relax the hips, relax your whole body. And just notice how you are feeling right now. Noticing tingling beneath the layer of the skin or goosebumps. Or calm and stillness. Right, for a moment here, just name how you are feeling without any judgment or reasons why. Just name it. Calm, relaxed, settled, at ease. Just name it so you can be in this moment with yourself. And then we'll bring our palms together, right in front of our heart. Begin to rub your palms to generate heat and energy. Building heat, building energy. Once you feel it, bring your warm palms to cup over your closed eyes, over your face. Take a deep breath in. And release your fingers down. Rest your palms in front of your heart. Believe in yourself and do what you are supposed to. Appreciate yourself, enjoy yourself, and love yourself. From my heart to yours, my wonderful friends, namaste.